beautiful people. You're most welcome to Footprints with Bertuelle. On Footprints, we strive to touch and change lives. So today, we are going to discuss sex education in the family, sex education on the home front. We're going to talk about the crucial role of the parent in sex education. We're going to talk about the right approach and the acceptable attitude towards sex education. We're going to talk about the risks and the advantages of sex education. Thanks for joining. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and please subscribe. So guys, for our discussion today, I invite you to meet Mrs. Bertuelle all the way from Limbe. She is a teen coach. She is an agripreneur. She is a Christian woman. She is a mother, a wife, and she accepted to share her views with us on Footprints today.
To the first question, why do you think sex education is a taboo in most families and communities in Cameroon, in Africa, and elsewhere in the world? Why do you think sex education is a difficult subject or is a taboo subject?
Okay. I want to thank you very much again for this opportunity and the platform to share my views about sex education. Actually, I can say sex education has not really been a taboo, but an ignorant factor in the African society. It is a subject that most parents don't talk about it. It's not a too often discussed subject at home. So
it is avoided.
Yeah, it's totally avoided. They evade that particular area. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know how, because I remember when growing up, you never need to blame.
So it is not a taboo, but it is like a severe omission in the upbringing of children. It's an omission. It's an omission in the upbringing of children, because there are a lot of things, a lot of values that our parents have handed down to us. But sex education has hardly been one of those topics that were discussed, except when you get into trouble and you get scolded. So, but like the basics to tell you that this is it. So what do you think the role of the parent is in educating the child? Like sex education, what do you think the role of the parent is?
Okay, like we all know, the basic role, the home front is the basic unit of every society. So, and the Bible tells us that train up a child in the way he should go, so that when he is old, he will not depart from it. So what you teach the child is very, very important, because you start from the home front. He only exhibits, or the teachers outside only add to what the parents have taught them at home. If they go to school, we have counselors already at school, but the number of students who come to school are too many for those counselors to be able to do a strict follow-up on them. But at home, the unit is smaller. So you can easily control your children. You can
follow them up.
And easily have a one-on-one discussion with them. Unlike the counselors, they are doing a great job out there. And I cannot deny that fact. They are doing well, doing their best. But having this one-on-one follow-up, all children are not equal. Children are not the same. With the number of students we have in our classes in Cameroon, I bet you that counselor can perfectly reach out just to a maximum of 10 to know them well personally. So it is the role of the parents to start this in the home front and even take it further, so that whatever the children are learning in school from counselors will just be an addition or a bonus to what the parents have taught them at home.
Okay.
Please, let me just add something. I have a daughter, a teenage daughter at a secondary school. So one day she came to the house, and I was asking her about how they do their counseling classes, if they teach them about sex education and all that. She told me, yes, they do it. But when the teachers are teaching, all of them in class are just in the making faces and all that. They are not concentrated at all, because most of what counselors do is do these do's and don'ts. Do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. If you do this, this will happen and all that. They already know all that. When you have a one-on-one conversation with them and discuss with them, they tell you the challenges they are facing, you'll be surprised. I work with teenagers, I've counseled a lot of them, and when they share their challenges and their experiences with me, at times I weep. Parents are not helping, the teachers are not helping. So it's really a subject that needs to be looked upon and taken critical. children about sex. It's so difficult. But I prayed about it. I read a lot of books about it, and before I knew it, I discussed sex in the house like or with my teenagers like any other topic.
Mm-hmm.
So what parents need to do is, one, if they don't know, they should learn. They can learn from those who have gone ahead. Don't be shy to ask questions. If you have a challenge with your teenager at home, you can call somebody you know who is into that field for that person to help you out. I was with one of my teenagers the other day, and she was telling me her challenges. She said she could not open up because she was afraid. When she finally opened up, they called her all sorts of names. I just told her, just for opening up, you're a brave girl. And she was so happy and just went ahead and wanted to introduce all the friends and wanted to tell the friends how there is freedom in opening up.
Yeah, that acceptance, making the child to accept whatever is going on with them. So parents, that's one tip parents should take. Acceptance, make the child to accept themselves and whatever is going on with them, and make them feel accepted as well.
Of course, parents need to do that. They need to do that. So it's difficult for most parents.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's so difficult for you, get somebody
to help out.
Yes, get somebody to help out. Learn from those who have gone ahead. Start like a joke. Don't be too serious about it. You know,
that's the approach.
My mother told me, if you try this thing, no, is that what she said? No. I remember one time I was standing out of the house with a boy, and she was passing behind, and she saw us. The only advice my mother ever gave me concerning sex, in fact, is it sex? I don't know how I can call it. She just told me, there is it outside, no, in the dark. It's her bail. It's her bail. That was all till today. She has never really sat me down. So
it's more of threats. It's more of threats.
More of threats.
Yeah.
Most parents, instead of teaching their children what is happening to their system and the changes that occur, they focus more on the outcome. The children know the outcomes already. If you don't teach them how to manage those emotions, I bet you they will go out and find out for themselves. And then they
teach them how to manage emotions.
It's very, very important. It's very important. Parents should not shy away from this. It is part of our responsibilities as parents to train our children. You know, if the child is good, the parents are happy. It's a glory to the family. But if the child goes, it's not only the child that will suffer. This issue of sex starts from the very beginning. It starts from a very young age. So when your child is, I just had some age groups. I have my oldest child will be 8 in some few weeks. So what I did was, before he got to 2 years, I already told him the various parts of his body. The parts of his body, including, and I call them by name.
By their name, not pet names.
Yes, I call it by name. That's what most parents fail to do.
Yeah.
They call it by they try to code it. You don't code it. It is part of the body. That's how God calls it. So don't call it another name.
Yeah.
By 0 to 2, I teach them their body parts. I just teach them, this one is your penis, this one is your arm, this one is your scrotum and all that. I teach them about it. You know, one great thing about it is when I call those names, those children laugh. I don't understand why they are laughing. So there is something innate in us that already knows that those particular parts of our body
are sacred.
Yeah. So if you teach them and they want to explore it for themselves, you only have your eyes to cry. So 0 to 2 years, I teach them the body parts, and then 2 to 5, I start teaching them boundaries.
Thank you.
Yes. I start teaching them boundaries. I get more detailed on the body parts, and then I tell them about the private parts and the public parts. Parts they don't touch and they touch.
Yeah.
when even for the 4 years and the 6 years, when I'm bathing them, I tell them to wash their vagina or their penis by themselves.
Yeah.
I tell them to wash their buttocks, their anus by themselves. I don't touch it. So tell them it is a no-go zone for anybody. It includes mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
Yes. So don't touch. Don't touch for everybody who is around you. So I teach them that, and by the time they get to 8 years, like Junior now, I've started teaching about sexuality, about the things that will be occurring, because soon some people attain puberty early. I have a cousin who saying her puberty at the age of 9, she was already seeing her menses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Met another girl. She told me hers was at 8 years. She was confused. She didn't even know what to do. But if you make them understand that those things will come up, by the time they get to that, these children and the children of nowadays very intelligent.
Yeah.
So by the time you tell them about what will occur in their system, you start teaching them of the changes that occurs within their systems. Girls will start seeing their flows. Boys will have wet dreams. And then you have enlargement of some people will start having breasts. So it depends on the age. So you just start teaching them on that, on sexual development and the hormonal changes that occur in the system. But detailed anyway. You just teach them to know. Some of them will start asking questions. Mommy, how did I even come? Like, just, Mommy, how did you give birth to me? Where did I come from? And all that. Just
5-year-olds, they always ask that.
Yeah. So you start teaching them. But when they get to 8 years old, you can teach them about sex because they teach them in school. I was surprised at the kind of detailed sex education they taught my children in school. So you teach them about sexual intercourse and all that, and you start telling them it's for mommies and daddies who are married. Married mommies and daddies, not what the world portrays. So when you teach them that, it helps them to delay their gratification, even when they get to the age where the hormonal shenanigans are really disturbing them.
Shenanigans starts playing up. Yeah,
when it starts playing up, then they can easily delay that gratification based on what you taught them. Not like
laying the foundation, not based on their peers, not based on the world, but that foundation that you created in their heads.
You're the one to create the foundation. If the foundation be destroyed, no matter how beautiful the building is, that building will fall.
Yeah.
But if the foundation is good, I bet you will enjoy in the future. Some people say whatever will be, will be. I disagree with that statement 100%. If you don't work it out, you will not be. If you look at most parents today who took out time to train their children, you see the outcome of their children, you will know that these ones put in effort.
It's true. It's true that sometimes things can just go haywire because, like we say, nobody knows tomorrow, right? But it's better for you to do your best and not feel like I ran short or I fell short at this point. Go all out, do everything that you know and do everything that you have to do so that if there's a problem tomorrow, you can exonerate yourself and tell God, I did my best and this is how it ended.
And then from age 12 and upward, you can start going into details.
Okay.
Yes, be detailed about them. There are sensitive parts of their bodies. You tell them those sensitive parts, the clitoris, some people, the breast and all that for the girls. For the boys, they have the scrotum, they have the penis. So they have to be very careful and they to have a guard in these areas so that you will not push them to do what they don't like.
Yeah. Or they don't want to do.
Yeah. And if you know, in fact, consider yourself like a weak person. Don't claim to be too strong. Like you will never be.
Yeah.
Don't claim to be too strong. I always tell myself I am weak. I don't want to go to a place where somebody will push me. I do something and then
don't expose yourself. Don't expose yourself to the temptations.
I tell myself I am weak. I am weak. I cannot stay where the temptations are high. Please know their friends. Know who they work with. If it is possible, allow them to bring those friends into your house. There are days that when I come home, I see the way my house is jam-packed. I get angry, but I prefer it that way. When you know they are teenagers, when they want to step out and they know your values, that some of them will tell I know when I come close to your mother, the only thing she will give me is an advice.
She'll only be preaching.
Yes, advice, preaching. So it's good to know who their friends are. Bad company corrupts good manners. If you have put your child so well, and the child is met up with a bad gang, it takes only the grace of God to deliver that child unharmed.
Yeah.
So please learn to know your children's friends, who they hang out with, who they talk about. Find out what happened to them in school. When you come back to the house, the first thing I do, I interview everybody. How was your day? What happened in school today, from the least to the eldest? What happened in school today? Any new thing?
And don't take anything for granted. When they tell you something, take it.
Yes, take it.
And address it.
Yes, so please let parents also try to listen to their children. I have my 6-year-old who has been, in fact, they have attempted to rape her almost twice.
Oh my God.
Yes. Children too. And when we ask the children what happened, how come? One of the children said he used to watch pornography with the father.
Oh my God.
So it is not just about advising the children, it's about leaving an example. If you tell them not to do something, please don't do it. Children learn more by example than words from their parents.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Bertuelle and Tapi, for joining in the conversation today. Thank you for all your insight. So, my lovies, sex education is not a taboo. It is a crucial, though very challenging aspect of parenting that we must embrace. And sex education is for boys and girls, not only for girls. Sex education is that perfect opportunity we have as parents and guardians to build trust and to open a communication line with our children. So in case they are stuck, they'll run to us. If you don't know what to do, ask, seek advice, get a counselor. However you want to do it, we must do this. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. Please, guys, join in and let's spread the word. Let's demystify sex education. Make your voice heard. Make your voice count. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Please like this video. And please share this video so it can get to the very last parent out there. Please, guys, subscribe to my channel for these kind of videos and many other interesting videos. Thank you.